y'all, and good morning. Welcome to episode 4 of the Mountain Sage Fiber Co. podcast. My name is Elizabeth, and I am coming to you from a chilly high desert Idaho. I'm outside the Boise area. My family and I have lived here for about 3 years, and the seasons are changing. So we have had a little bit of snow. It did not stick. It's not quite cold enough during the day yet, but some mornings we're waking up to about the 20s, but it usually has been staying in the low 40s during the day. So anyway, you did not come here for a weather update. You came here for a knitting and a shop update. So I have no finishes this week, but I do have 3 new starts. And I do have some new yarn to show you. And I'm going to blame Sarah of Love Sock Wool for all 3 of these starts. This should not be a very long video, but I love watching knitting podcasts with a beverage and a project, so grab those and we will jump right in. So for my whips in progress, or my new starts, works in progress, I guess whip implies work in progress. Let's go from oldest to newest. Okay, so I have a pair of socks. I'm really hoping to get these done this weekend because I would love to have them to wear around the house for Thanksgiving. We have some family coming in, so I just feel the need to have something cozy to put on my feet while I am cooking, and then after we eat, just lounging around. So I am using my autumn mini skein set, and I am striping a pair of socks. So as you can see, I've got one done. So there's green, and let me flip it to the other side so you don't see the jogs. When it comes to socks, side note, I don't really get worked up about jogs when I'm striping things because they're tucked under pant legs anyway, so I don't really worry too much about it. But here's a clean side. So green, a little light brown, a bright orange, purple, and then there's a speckle that I over dyed with some black, so it creates this neat little faded colored like gray bit. So yeah, so I like the way this is coming out. It might be hard to see on camera, but what I did was the last row before I changed colors, I did like a little knit 3 purl one just for a tiny bit of texture, and it's probably not going to show on camera, but in person, it adds just that tiny little bit of texture that just gives the socks like a nice, like it just breaks up the stockinette. And I'm not opposed to straight stockinette. I love basic vanilla socks, but sometimes it's nice just to mix it up a little bit and add just a little touch of something interesting in there. So that's the first sock. And then I have got the second one going, and I turned the heel and got through the gusset last night. So I am working my way down the foot. So I've got a few more stripes to go, and then we will do the toe. So I did a knit 1 purl 1 ribbing, which my favorite is a 2x2. I'm not exactly sure why I did a knit 1 purl 1. I think that's just what the needles did. And then I did 10 rounds of stockinette, and then a texture row, and then I switched colors. And then when I switch colors, I will, let's see if I can show this. So I will attach the new color, but then I will knit down my end of the previous color. And then I will do a little bit of weaving in when I finish, and then I can just clip it off. And that way this, you know, like you would in stranded knitting where you catch your floats, it's the same technique I use to kind of tack down those ends. Just it cuts down on a little bit of weaving time in the finishing process. It's you know how weaving in ends is just everybody's favorite. So that just kind of cuts out a little bit of time there. But anyway, yeah, I'm really, really happy with these. There are a couple of autumn mini skein sets still left in the shop. They are on sale. So if you like seeing how this knit up, there are 2 sets left and you can go grab those. Oh, and the minis, the mini skeins are my Sage Mini, and that is a superwash merino, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon base. So it is really nice to work with. Okay. My next whip is my Musselburgh Hat. And I don't even know if I'm saying that right, because I have seen I've seen some comments on other people's posts that it's a Scottish word, which I think, isn't Ysolda Teague, isn't she, I mean, she's the designer, but isn't she from Scotland? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've heard some people comment that it's actually pronounced Musselburgh Hat. I would love to get it right, so tell me what you think. Musselburgh. Either way, we all know what I'm talking about. So I am working on this in my Twinkling Lights base, or my Twinkling Lights colorway. This has been my most popular colorway. And you will see Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. She is knitting a Musselburgh hat with Twinkling Lights. And when she posts it in her stories, it is so fun to see how it knits up. So here is the cake of yarn. Love the speckling. And then I am I'm a couple inches past the increases. So here's what I have so far. Got a little bumblebee charm. I have a couple of charms, like Progress Keepers coming in the mail from Lock and Lou, and I'm expecting them today. So I'm very excited to receive those, and I will be swapping this one out for, I think I ordered a pumpkin pie and a hot cocoa. So I'll be swapping the bee out when those come. And then I have some needle stoppers. Oh, look at how adorable those are. Little Highland cows. I love Highland cows so much. These are from IvysKnittingEmporium, the needle stoppers, and also the bag is from IvysKnittingEmporium too. So cardinals are my favorite bird, and when we left Texas and moved up here to Idaho, I was so sad to learn that we don't get cardinals up here in Idaho. So anytime I see something with cardinals on it, I really try and snag that. So beautiful bag, and the inside, the little lining is the cardinals with the complimentary fabric and a zipper, and then it's got a good little handle, which is very convenient and handy when you're grabbing things to go. So beautiful bag. She actually gave me a coupon code to give to you guys. I believe it's for 15% off. So I will link her shop, and I will link the coupon code down in the description box, so you can go and check out her shop. She's got some beautiful Christmas things out, and a few more previous seasonal designs, which are still adorable. So if you missed out on getting like a Halloween bag or anything like that, I think she still has a few in her shop with those seasonal designs on it, but she's definitely got a lot of Christmas. And there's a couple in her shop that I would love to go back and purchase. So yeah, so Here's my progress on my Musselburgh hat. Love how this is knitting up. So excited. Okay. And then the last whip I have is a pair of vanilla socks. I want to pin this one on Sarah from Lovestockable. This was like, I cast these on after watching her latest episode because she has like 300 pairs of socks on the needles, which is amazing. And that caused me to cast on with complete reckless abandonment another pair of socks. You can never have enough hand-knit socks. So this yarn has been sitting in my stash forever. And it was caked up. It's been caked up forever, and I don't like having yarn just sitting on my shelf just caked up because it puts some tension on the plies, and it can kind of stretch them out over time. So yeah, I just grabbed it and I was like, you know what? Don't even think about it. Just cast them on. Just cast on the socks. So this is a yarn from Lolo Did It. Before I started dyeing yarn, she's one of my favorite dyers. So this is an older colorway. I think this, if I remember correctly, I think this is called Versailles, and this is inspired by Claire from Outlander, her dress when I think they were at like a garden party at Versailles. It's in season 2. But you can see it's got a brown base and then some sections of like bare undyed yarn that peek through, and then some fun little speckles that, if I remember correctly, Claire's dress had some real pretty like pastel flowers on it. So that's where, I believe that's where all that inspiration comes from. And then I'm pairing it, I think I bought this as a sock set. So it comes with this purple, and I cannot remember the name of this one. And I don't even have the yarn label anymore. So I put a little pop of color at the cuff. And then I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do both the heel and the toe in this color, or if I want to do the heel and then just do the toe in this, or, you know, whatever. So we'll figure it out as we go. So I did a different stitch count cast on for this one because I've been kind of liking my socks a little snugger lately. So I'm working on 2.25 millimeter needles, and usually I will do a 72 stitch cast on, which gives a fairly, it's not baggy, but you definitely don't have to stretch it to get it on. So I went down to 66 stitch cast on. I think that's right, 66 stitch cast on, which I've even gone lower than that on 2.25, so I'm pretty sure that 66 will work. So yeah, really enjoying how these are knitting up, and they are on pause right now until I get my Thanksgiving socks done. So once my Thanksgiving socks are done, I will be bringing these out more. So yeah. Okay. Oh, and these are kept in a bag. I bought this bag at Three Loves, which is my local yarn shop. And there's not a tag. There's not a tag on this bag. I don't know who made it, but it's adorable. It's like chickens and sheep and geese and, oh, there's a turkey, farm things. Yeah, super cute. I wish I had the name for who did this bag, but such is life. Okay. That's it for whips. I have not touched my sweater, my cable sweater. I haven't touched that in a couple of weeks. Because I've just been in a sock and Musselburgh hat mood. So the sweater's kind of been sitting there, And then my sea glass hat from Wool and Pine. I got that out a couple of weeks ago, and I think I did like a couple of rounds. And you know, each round it's a 1x1 color work, so it's super tedious, and then you switch colors every round. So I think I did a couple rounds and was just not feeling it. I love the hat, don't get me wrong, just not in the mood right now to knit on that. So that one's just kind of sitting in timeout for a little bit. I'll get back to it. I don't like leaving works in progress unfinished and just sitting there. Like, they all get finished eventually, and I don't really frog that much. I think maybe I've frogged 2 projects in my entire knitting career. It'll get finished. The inspiration just has to speak to me. The artist mind, the inspiration just has to speak to me. Okay, let's move on to shop news. So my shop is growing. I'm getting some more traction. I'm so thrilled about that because I'm having a blast doing this. So I have got some new things to show you. I redyed a couple of more of an older colorway that was pretty popular. And then I want to quickly touch on a little bit of future stuff that will be coming soon. So, oh, and I didn't take labels off of any of these, so bear with me. So I have Christmas yarn in the shop. I actually just sold out of all of my Christmas mini skeins. So to those of you who purchased those, thank you so much. That was really exciting to see all of those go to homes. And if you're a viewer and you got one, please tag me on Instagram and show me what you're making with them. I would love to see, and I would love to reshare your project. So, I still got Christmas stuff in the shop. They're full-size skeins. And there's one color that seems to be very, very popular, and that's my Twinkling Lights colorway. And Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady is knitting her Musselburgh hat with it. And so that has sparked a frenzy of orders for that, which I'm super stoked about. The other 4 colors are still very, very beautiful. They have just been moving a little bit slower, so I don't have any plans to dye more of those. But I will keep dyeing Twinkling Lights for as much as people want that through the Christmas season. I think once Christmas is done, I need to make a decision if I want to keep that one in the rotation or if we just need to let it go and maybe bring it back next year. So I will update you when I make that decision for sure. We are not even close to spring yet. And while I love to think ahead, I'm still kind of operating in the winter mindset. So I have got a couple of new colorways currently in stock. Sorry, I'm removing labels as I speak. I'm almost done. And so they have been received really well, which I'm excited about. So I have got, okay, I've got both of these colors on fingering weight and DK, and both bases are my 85% super fine superwash merino with 15% nylon. So I'll show the fingering weight skeins first. Okay. So this one is Arctic Twilight, and it has got some navy and some lighter blue, some like seafoam green in there, and some rose and lavender with some speckling throughout. I'm just super excited about how these turned out. They're so pretty. So my inspiration, and I have my inspiration photos posted on Instagram, but I was talking about the color inspiration with a good friend of mine, and she was like, it just makes me think of those super cold, like winter nights, you know, where it's just that bone-chilling cold, and the air is just so still and quiet and soft shadows, and so we had come across some even after I dyed this, we stumbled across photos on, well, I say stumbled across, she kind of stumbled me across them, but some perfect photos showing that Arctic twilight scene. So perfect. And then it's on DK as well. So if you are a DK fan like I am, there it is. So I've currently got 3 of the fingering in the shop and 4 of the DK currently. And then pairing with the Arctic Twilight is Seafoam, which is, I don't know if I've ever met a person who doesn't like this color. Like, it's just that beautiful, like clean, fresh, like minty green color, but I didn't want to go with mint. And there's a couple other dyers out there that have a similar colorway and they named it Sea Glass, and I didn't want to go there. So we went with Sea Foam, which I think is perfect too. But it's just this beautiful tonal, and it pairs perfectly with Arctic Twilight. Yeah. So this is on fingering weight, and it's on DK. So there's those. And then to finish off the winter collection, there's a mini skein set. So this is my Winter Magic mini skein set. So we've got Navel, Delft, Creme Fraiche, Desert Rose, and Seafoam. So there's 5 of these in the shop. There you go. So pretty. So I have more bare yarn coming, and I have plans for it. I'm still operating in winter because we have a ways to go. But I'm gonna drop a little teaser. I'm gonna do a few more of these, but I'm gonna make them into sock sets, because who doesn't love a sock set? I am not going to share with you currently which mini skein they're going to be paired with. That will be a surprise, but it is going to be paired with one of these. So follow me on Instagram, because I will be sharing those there. Okay, so that's the winter collection. And I also dyed up a couple of more Campfire. Surprise! Campfire is also a pretty popular colorway. So I've got 2 Campfires. So pretty. So it's this beautiful blue that kind of transitions into a darker, like more navy blue, with some smoky white bits peeking through, and then it's got some pops of speckling, so yellow and orange, and I believe there's a little bit of like forest green speckling in there. And this just gives me like vibes of being out in the forest at twilight with the warm campfire going, watching the last bits of sunlight set before total darkness. So yeah, love these. So there's 2 more in the shop ready to ship. Yeah, that's what I've got. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and shop update, you can follow me on Instagram at Mountain Sage Fiber Co. My Etsy shop is right up here, mountainsagefiberco.etsy.com. And I'm trying to think of any last minute administrative things. Oh, I put up a poll in my stories a couple of days ago asking which base that I should bring in next, and I have 4 that I'm interested in. They were sparkle sock, mohair, high twist sock, and worsted. And the vote was, worsted got a couple of votes, which I will be bringing that in eventually when we get to that point. But most of the votes went to sparkle sock, and then high twist sock came in a close second. So when I went on the website to order more bare yarn, sadly, sparkle sock is currently out of stock. They are expecting more in mid-December, but I needed to place an order because I've got colorways that I need to, you know, keep up with and keep up with demand. So I went ahead and ordered a few skeins of high twist sock. So you will be seeing a couple of colorways that I currently have in the shop releasing on high twist sock. And as soon as sparkle sock is back in stock, I will be ordering that and getting that one going because I love a good stellina in a sock yarn. So yeah, I will make sure and update when all of that goes down. Like I said, follow me on Instagram. That's where I am most active. And one last thing, I know I'm kind of getting rambly, but I don't have any show notes and things are just popping up into my head. So one last thing, I put out a reel on Instagram this morning, just letting you guys know that I'm open to special orders. So if there's a colorway in the shop that you love, but it's not on a weight that you are really interested in, like let's say you wanted it on DK instead of fingering weight, I can certainly make that happen for you. So just message me through Instagram or message me through my Etsy shop and we can start that conversation and get that going. Don't message me here through YouTube. I do see the comments and I do respond to comments, but anything like business related, I would prefer it to go either through Instagram or through Etsy. So I will not respond to special order comments here. So just know that I'm not being like mean about it. I need to stay organized. So anyway, I think that's the last bit of information I have for you. So I'm at 28 minutes. I try to keep these under 30. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.